welcome back. For the record, this is like our 9th edition of this year. This is ridiculous. You know, Ethan, this weekend, I can't even remember a weekend that was so hectic in college football.
Yeah, a very interesting weekend in college football.
You know, we have the new top 10 really shaked up.
Yeah,
It's
I was
ridiculous.
not a big fan of the new top 10.
No, LSU is now ranked number 1. I think they deserve it.
Look, they've got 3 wins against top 10 opponents.
Compared to the other top 4 teams, Alabama doesn't
Have any?
Clemson doesn't have any either.
Yeah,
Or I guess
Ohio
Clemson.
Ohio State doesn't have
Yeah,
any.
because Texas A&M is no longer in the top 25.
And I think like Ohio State and LSU were 2 and 3. I think Ohio State's win versus Wisconsin was just so much more impressive than LSU's over Auburn.
Yeah, because
just
it's dominant.
sheer
Ohio
dominance.
State. Ohio State is absolutely stacked. They're the best team in college football.
I think they're the best team in the country. I think they're gonna win it all. But
This reminds me so much of that 2014 team. That was just absolutely
Exactly.
stacked. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ohio State has like the best defensive back, the best D end. Chase Young is.
I think Chase Young should win the Heisman.
Yeah, how do you have 3 sacks in the first quarter
Yeah,
against one of the best offensive lines in the
Finished
country?
with 4 sacks, with either 1 or 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah,
Kid's an animal, and I think he should win the Heisman because to me, no one right now is a clear sticks out clearly as the Heisman winner.
Jonathan Taylor's really started to lack. I mean,
Mhm.
people are starting
He's
to be able to
fell
stop him. I mean, I don't know. You know, Oklahoma losing, that's huge.
Yeah,
The-
I didn't really expect Oklahoma to lose.
It's the defense. You know, once we saw this last year. This is why they didn't do very well last year. They don't have a defense.
Mm-hmm.
You let K-State drop 48 on you. You're
Yeah,
not-
exactly. You don't expect your team to win games like that.
Exactly.
Giving up that much points to K-State. But LSU's got 3 wins against top 10 opponents. Texas is no longer in the rankings.
Texas dropped out of the top
Mhm.
25.
After that loss to CCU.
That's-
Auburn, I just don't think they're as good as people think they are.
Oh, I know.
I don't like
Bo
Bo
Nix.
Nix.
Bo Nix is. I don't like him either.
And I also don't. And then their other win is against Florida, which is the most impressive one. But I still don't think Florida's that good.
I don't. Yeah, I think the only SEC teams that are really good is Alabama, LSU, Georgia.
I don't even know about Georgia, but I'll tell you, Alabama and LSU. Like LSU is still a good team. Alabama to me has done nothing to prove that they are not. Like they haven't done anything wrong yet this season.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can drop them from number 1.
Well, I see LSU has better wins.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you got Penn State. Penn State moved up after beating Michigan State. They're still undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
They look pretty good. I don't know. They might not even lose a game.
No, they have only. I mean, their schedule really all they have left is. I mean, they've got Minnesota.
Oh, they play
not
Ohio
this
State.
weekend, but next weekend. But then Ohio State, Penn State. It's going to be a huge one.
That's a big game.
Because winner of that is going to go to the Big Ten title game, and most likely going to go to the college football playoff.
Yeah, for sure. Because you know Ohio State's to play Michigan, and I don't think Ohio State will lose to Michigan.
I don't think so, but Michigan looked very good last weekend. But not saying Ohio State didn't, because I mean they obviously did.
Yeah, that Notre Dame Michigan game is just so sad.
Mm-hmm.
It just breaks my heart personally.
What do you think the problem was for Notre Dame?
Ian Book was not stepping into his throws. He was playing scared. Our defense was letting their backup running. Michigan's backup running back had like 150 yards. It was just so pathetic. And you know, when you have Brady Quinn tweeting out to Ian Book, like, you gotta play better. Like, he was just playing too scared. You can't do that. It's too bad. It really is too bad. You know, UCLA beat Arizona State, puts the Pac-12 in even more chaos because Arizona State was one of the better teams in the Pac-12. Anything else? Nebraska losing?
Yeah, I don't know. That team's got a lot of work. They've got so much to do this offseason. I mean, I think let's say you have your Maurice Washington and Adrian Martinez. Yeah, I think you win that game, but I still think you should be able to win it without them.
It's Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, this is the best Indiana team they've had in a while. They're 5-2, but I mean that's not gonna last. But Indiana was also playing with their backup QB.
Yeah.
So I think I didn't agree with the decision to play Vedral as much as they did. I think McCaffrey should have played almost that entire game. But
Maybe they're just trying to keep McCaffrey as a red shirt.
they just, I don't know. They're gonna have. They gotta win these. They gotta beat Purdue and Maryland if they want to go to a bowl game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous that we're looking at Nebraska might not make a bowl game 2 years in a row.
I didn't expect to be here this year, especially because you know how easy the schedule was. Because you would think you would be able to handle teams like Indiana.
Yeah, no.
But
Sad.
now we're sitting here with I don't know what's gonna happen.
Purdue is bad though, so you know.
Yeah, you really think that you can get a win next week, but
Yeah.
you're at Purdue, which is gonna be tough. But you know, it's an absolutely must win for Nebraska.
It is, yeah. So like this week for matchup wise, you know, we got Georgia, Florida. That's a huge game for the SEC, and that's really the biggest game that I see. I don't really see any other games that jump out to me. Maybe the USC Oregon game.
Yeah, Oregon is gonna be tested at USC this week, especially because I mean USC they've been up and down all season, but
Yeah,
it's gonna be a tough environment.
I mean their
It's late.
wide receiver core is pretty good, but that's really the only big game that I see this weekend.
So you know Alabama, Clemson, and Ohio State. Do you assume we're gonna make the playoff? Those three teams.
Yeah, I think those three
Who-
teams are in.
Who do you think is the next team up? A one-loss LSU or a one-loss Alabama? They have to play each other.
I think there'll be 4 major conferences in this year. I think it's gonna be SEC is gonna have a team either Alabama or LSU.
Whoever wins the
Yeah, and same thing with the Big Ten, Penn State or Ohio State, because Penn State, you know, they look good. We're gonna see next weekend how good they really are.
So the question is though, do you put in a one-loss Oregon team to Auburn, a one-loss Florida team to LSU, or a one-loss LSU team to Alabama?
I think that you put a one-loss Oregon team in.
That's what I was thinking. I think Oregon, if they win out, should be in the playoff.
They had a very early win
loss.
or a loss, yeah.
And I don't think they should have lost that game to Bo Nix and
Yeah, it was,
Auburn.
it was just that. I still remember us talking about that. He just threw it up.
Yeah,
it was such a lucky
he
catch.
got lucky. So I think Oregon could very well have been undefeated
You know,
right now.
in Oklahoma, they only have one loss.
But I don't think the loss to K State and the same thing with Georgia, the loss to South Carolina.
It's
is
just such a
way
killer
too
loss.
big of a loss.
Yeah, it's
Um,
too bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit of a drier weekend for college football wise, but you know, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, still anything can happen. Like again, LSU could beat Alabama. I mean, Clemson could lose a game. Ohio State and Penn State could both drop. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see who gets that 4th spot
Yeah, it will be.
in the playoff.
All right, so you know, NFL this weekend, you know, Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay got a huge win last night. Kansas City without Mahomes, but you know they still went into Kansas City, tough environment, came out with the win. That was huge. The Niners remain undefeated.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I don't think anyone expected.
I did not. I mean, who's the best player on that team?
I mean, yeah, they've got Garoppolo, who's really stepped up. Tevin Coleman's really good. Tevin Coleman played real well. You know, George Kittle, the tight end, has played a big role this year. Again, I just think a lot of it stems off Garoppolo and how well he's been playing this year, and the
Yes, dude,
defense.
yeah.
I think the defense, the points the defense has given up have been ridiculous. They only give up 13 to the Panthers. They shut out Washington. They gave up 7 to the Rams, 3 to Cleveland. I mean,
No, it's terrible.
there's just not many teams are going to be able to score on them. But you know, they look good. They're the top team in the NFC right now.
I didn't even know that the Bengals were like 0-6 or 0-7. They don't even have a win yet
The
either.
Bengals can't.
The Dolphins and the Bengals are just absolutely terrible.
I know you hate to see teams like that just going undefeated.
So who is the best? Who do you think the best quarterback is right now in the league?
I still think it's Brady. I don't think you can take anything away from Brady.
Rodgers is playing really well.
Rodgers right now is playing well. And you know, people want to say Mahomes. Mahomes is hurt. Either way, I think you have to say that Brady's still the best QB. He's leading this undefeated team right now.
Do you think he's a system quarterback?
I mean, I think you can say if he didn't get drafted, by the Cowboys, he wouldn't, or I mean, not the Patriots, he wouldn't be where he was right now, but he was drafted by the Patriots, and not much you can do about that. So,
Yeah, so like, and so in the NBA, you know, the Timberwolves 4-0. What do you think of that start?
I mean, it's a good start, and you know, all they really want to do right now is make the playoffs. But I don't know if it's gonna last. We'll see.
Kevin Durant, Kyrie, they lost already. The Nets, they're 1-2. That's not the start they wanted.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the Nets really right now all they have is Kyrie. They're just waiting for next year for KD to come back. But again, they've lost three. They lost two of their three games have came down to the very end, and they just didn't go their way. I think the Nets will be fine. But again next year.
Lakers won against Charlotte. You know, they're 2-1 now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, LeBron. I just don't think that team. I just don't know. I doubt that. Doubt the Lakers this year. I don't know. I just don't feel it.
I don't know. I think the Lakers are gonna win it all this year, just because you know LeBron turns into a different animal every
In the
year
playoffs.
in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But you know, Anthony Davis's team hasn't really been able. When he was on the Pelicans, haven't really been able to make any playoff runs.
We don't really know how he's going to be able to play in the playoffs. We
It's
don't.
gonna be new to him. But I think really it's just down to the Lakers and Clippers right now.
Yeah, I don't really see any other. Maybe the Rockets.
I'd like to see the Rockets go far in the playoffs,
Yeah.
but I don't know if they will just because of the Lakers and the Clippers.
Yeah. Do you think the Spurs will do anything this year?
I think they can get it. I think they can get an 8 seed in the West.
It's so weird. They used to be like a dynasty.
You know, Kawhi left and everybody else retired. But I don't know. I'm excited to see what this NBA season holds.
Yeah, it'll be really fun to watch how, like some of these younger guys are gonna have to start stepping up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's still early. You know, you never really know what's gonna happen. It's still anybody's title as of the start of the year, so something we haven't been able to see from the NBA in a while.
Yeah. All right, so you know that wraps it up for most of the sports world this week. You know, Prep lost unfortunately against Elkhorn South, 42-14. So you know now this week we got West Side, first round of the state.
Huge game.
It's a big deal. You know, this could be the last game for this year. So guys, come out and support the boys.
We need a packed cage right now if we want to win a big playoff game. You know, try to beat West Side.
Yeah, seriously. All right, go Jays.